Hello guys, I officially welcome you to the first module in this full stack JavaScript web development course. In this module, we're going to learn the web development fundamentals. We're going to look at the difference between the internet and the web. We're going to look at what web development is. We're going to look at the types of web development. We're going to look at web technologies. And finally, we're going to download and install Visual Studio Code, which we're going to be using to write and run our code later in the subsequent modules. All right, so I know you're excited. Let's get to it. So before we go into what web development is, I would like to clear a misconception a lot of people have about the internet and the web. So many people think that they are the same, and that is not the case. You see, the internet is a network of connected computers that the web works on, as well as what emails and files travel across. On the other hand, the World Wide Web, commonly called the web, is a subset of the internet consisting of pages that can be accessed by a web browser. So basically, the internet is an infrastructure upon which the web works on. So the web is just one of the ways that information is shared over the internet. Others include email, instant messaging, file transfer protocol. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture here. Now this picture depicts what I just explained to you. So one of the ways to think of the internet and the web is to think of the internet as the roads that connect towns and cities together. Now the World Wide Web contains the things that you see on the road, like the houses and the shops and the vehicles that you see are the data moving around, and some go between websites and others will be transferring your emails and files across the internet separately from the web. All right, so the internet can exist without the web, all right, but the web as we know it cannot exist without the internet. So basically, the internet is just an infrastructure upon which services like the web run on. I hope that is clear now. So what then is web development? Now, web development is the process of creating, building, and maintaining websites and web applications for hosting via the internet that run online on a browser. So let me make that simple for you. Web development is just simply building and maintaining websites and web applications. Now, it's one thing to build, it's another thing to maintain. So if you build a website and you host it online, there will be times when features will be added to that website, and that is where maintaining comes into play. So there are different types of web development. We're going to look at front-end web development, back-end web development, full stack web development. Let's see what those terms and terminologies, what they mean. Now, when we talk about front-end web development, it is referred to as client-side web development, and it is the procedure of designing the user interface of websites with front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And those are the technologies that we're going to be doing in this course. So, front-end web development, as we said, is the procedure of designing the user interface of a website with front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Now, when you come to a website, let's say Pexels, this is the website I like to use to download pictures that I want to use on my website. So when you come to a website like this and you see the navigation bar, you see the layout of the way the images are, basically everything that you can see on this page is client-side web development. It is front-end web development. This is the user interface, right? The user interface was built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All right, that is what front-end web development is all about. And now, when we look at back-end web development, it is known as server-side web development. Now, the responsibility of the back-end developer is to ensure the functionality of the site. That includes things like authentication, database interaction, network configuration, and business logic. So on a website like this, yeah, you can upload pictures. Now that is one of the features or functionalities of this website. So when a user clicks on a picture and uploads it, now and you're able to see the picture here, obviously that picture is being saved to a database. Now it is a server-side application that ensures that that picture is being saved in the database. Or when you come to a website and you fill in your username, your email, your password, and you click submit, have you ever wondered, where does my data go to? Well, it is going somewhere. So it is the back end, the server side application, the back end side of the website that actually takes that information and stores it in the database. All right. So I hope it's becoming clear to you. So when we talk about full stack web development, it is just basically being able to develop both the front end and back end side of a website. So a full stack developer should have a knowledge of web design, web development, database, and web debugging. And the main purpose of this full stack JavaScript course is to help you become a full stack JavaScript developer. So trust me, you're in for a long ride. Okay, so let's look at web technologies. Now, when you want to access a web page, you're obviously going to need a web browser. And the preferred choice of web browser for this JavaScript development course is Google Chrome. Now, you can use Mozilla Firefox or whatever browser you want to use, but I would advise that you use Chrome browser because it is usually the preferred choice for most web developers, and that is what we're going to be using in this course. So if you're going to follow us in this course, I would implore you to download Google Chrome on whatever system you're using. The data you receive from a website basically consists of three files: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So your browser interprets those files to display what you see on the web page. And those are basically the tools that we're going to be learning about. So we're going to learn about hypertext markup language, HTML. We're going to learn about cascading style sheets, which is CSS, and then finally JavaScript. Okay, these are web technologies we're going to be learning about in this course. So yeah, like I said, we're going to download and install Visual Studio Code. It is one of the software that we'll be needing in this course. We're going to be using it, to do a lot of web development stuff. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how to download and install web development. um, I said web development. I'm going to show you how to download and install Visual Studio Code. So it's pretty straightforward. You just come to a new tab on your web browser and you just type Visual Studio Code. There you go. That's it there. And once it comes up, you click on it and you download. You basically download it. Download for Windows. So you may be using an Mac OS. You can still download from Mac OS. It's still basically the same thing. I mean, you're going to see it on the website where it shows you can download from Mac OS and all. You should have started downloading by now. Let me try from here. There we go. So you just download Visual Studio Code for whatever operating system you're using. For me, I'm using Windows, so I'm just going to click on this and we're going to have it we'll start downloading. Let's just wait and see. It's going to take some time though, depending on how fast your internet is. But anyways, I already have it. So basically it's just supposed to show up here that it's downloading. So for me, I think it's already downloading somewhere here, but Well done. I already have it on my downloads folder. I already have it here. Okay, this is it here. So once I double click on it, so once you've downloaded it, you're going to see it in your downloads folder. So you can just double click on it, and it's going to bring up. Let me see. Run. Let's see. So you can just double click on it and run it. Okay, there we go. So this is what it's going to show you. Once you've downloaded it and it's in your download folder, you double click on it and then you accept the agreement. Then you go to next. Then I want you to check this. Make sure you check this. Create a desktop icon and make sure every other thing here is checked. Then you click next and then you install. Okay, so it's going to start installing. Just give it some time. We're almost there. All right, there we go. And then you click on finish. And yeah, so it's going to open the user interface for you. Okay, um, I already have it installed on my system, but for someone who is just downloading it for the first time, you're going to see some notifications that are going to tell you to acceptance and agreement or trust author. Make sure you click on all those things and accept. Okay, so yeah, that's just basically how to download Visual Studio Code. And in the next module, we're going to be looking at HTML. Okay, we're going to look at HTML in the next module. We're going to start learning web technology. So in the next module, we're going to look at HTML, and we're going to see how we can create and structure the web page or website using hypertext markup language. So see you in the next module, guys.